All right, in this section, let's take a look at the IT related policies that affect data usage and security of data. There are many IT policies, and you can find them here on the IT main website at it.ufl.edu. Notice right now I've got the policies tab of that website activated. Something you should there are a lot of policies here. You should have reviewed at this point, or you need to review before you meet with me, the acceptable use policy or the summary of the acceptable use policy. Either of those. If you look at either or both, that's fine. Just take a few minutes and take a look at that before you and I meet. I'll be wanting to know that you have any questions or you understand that when you meet with me. But just very quickly, I'm going to go through the summary. Basically, the summary says that you need to apply with all the applicable legal requirements. If you want to know what all those are, there are many related to, on the policy, you can click to go to the full policy up here, or simply from the previous page, go straight to it and read it in the more legal, jargonese format that the policy is in. But it basically means don't break the Florida Computer Crimes Act, don't do sexual harassment, don't do fraud, don't do things that are basically illegal using the University of Florida's IT resources. But you're more than welcome to look at each one of those laws, and there's links to each law if you want to read each law. It's all there for you. But this summary is put together to make it easier. A very important point is that when we give you an account to access here at Enterprise Systems, or for that matter any GatorLink user, any activity that originates from that account is viewed by the university to be your activity. So you should never share your password for your account with anyone, spouse, girlfriends, kids, etc. It's not a general use kind of account. It is your account. It's your identity that's at stake. It's your being tracked as the individual that is responsible. Co-workers shouldn't be asking to use your account, etc. That's just not something that should be done. You shouldn't try to gain access to things that you are not authorized to get access to. You would request the proper access, and then you should be able to do your work as needed. So finding ways to get around security is not an acceptable practice. Disruptive use of the university resources, I wouldn't expect any of us have that, but if you were to launch a denial of service or any other variation of disruptive use, you would be consulted and talked to appropriately. The resources, you can't run a business, is what this one means. Basically, you can't start your own business, run your business using the university's resources. You have to go somewhere else and run your business on a different kind of account. The GatorLink accounts are for the university citizens to do university activities. From time to time, or more often than that, people are going to send you emails that are outside of the university environment. You're going to receive an email or whatever that might be, and it's kind of if you look at it the same way as if you get a phone call from someone that knows you work here. You take the phone call, you do a moderate amount of personal use is acceptable, but again, that shouldn't be commercial use. That's, somebody wants to email you and you do a response. No one is going to get too bent out of shape on that. If it becomes that's all you're doing all day, I would suspect your supervisor should probably be looking at what you're doing. The university, this says, may monitor the activity and accounts of any user. You can rest assured that the accounts are being monitored, and that may is actually a little bit soft, but activity on the accounts are being monitored, and if something is going on that's inappropriate on an account, it will fairly quickly rise to the notice of some folks and set off some alarms. So just know that it's not your account, and the university is looking at it for a variety of reasons, not so much to spy on you, but to look to see if there's any account compromises or inadvertent activities that may be going on with any particular account causing disruption. Communications made through your account, like with email or messaging or other things, are subject to the Florida Public Records Law and those retention requirements. So even if you think you deleted an email message, you did not. It's all logged and kept for a number of years. And those data are still around in the background. And know that if you're communicating, it is a Florida public record and can be asked for through a sunshine law request to the proper paths of the university. And lastly, the network, you're not allowed to start adding network devices or things like that onto the network. There are one of the common things that used to several years ago be done is someone would take a single output coming out of a wall, put a splitter on it, and run 3 or 4 devices off of it. That's not allowed any longer on the campus, or any other variation which you might get more creative on. So the network, if we need a network change, we need to request it through the proper channels, and the CTS department will work with networking services and they'll make the necessary changes. If you have any questions on this when we get together, just ask me. It's not real complicated, but there can be consequences if you don't follow the acceptable use policies. Thanks.